There's the green. The race is on.
They're off and running again.
Pitting yourself against the kind of competition we saw today and winning means you've really got the guts and nerve and skill that are the mark of a true champ. Within a matter of seconds only, they'll have him back in the race. And believe me, in a red-hot contest like this, seconds are important.
Sure enough, Lorenzen's back in front.
Richard Petty takes the checkered flag going away.
Bill Elliott is going toward immortality.
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will win the Daytona 500.
It still stands today, man against man, with the common denominator, the machine. Not just any machine, not just any driver, the very best the sport has to offer.
Boys. All right, guys, let's be on our toes all day.
If success were easy, then everyone would be successful.
Quitting's the only thing that's easy. Because when you're in a place where there doesn't seem to be any way out.
The easy thing to do is not press forward, to not have the guts to accept whatever the challenge is.
But the hard thing to do is survive.
To push past the fatigue and the fear.
Realizing that if you survive, if you battle and struggle and simply refuse to give in, you'll look at the whole ride in a different way.
To get all the way to the top of the mountain.
It takes everything you've got.
And not a single ounce less.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
So you never back down.
You never give up
You never relent.
till the day is won.
On my iPod, thumping on the suds in the back of my crew cab. Redneck rocking like a rock star, sling a little mud off the back, we can do that. Friday night football, Saturday last call, Sunday hallelujah. If you like it up loud and you're hillbilly proud, then you know what I'm talking about. Let me hear you say, truck, yeah, I wanna get it jacked up, yeah, let's crank it on up, yeah. With a little bit of luck, I can find me a girl with a truck, yeah. Till the sun comes up, yeah. And if you think it's life I love is a little too country. Truck, yeah.
All right, check 1 2. There we go. Let's try that again. What's up, guys? Welcome on into the UTLR Live Studios. I am your man, UTLR Storm, and we welcome you into this amazing broadcast. Thank you to my amazing partner that will be joining me in the booth here soon, some Wyoming guy. He is having technical difficulties with some mic issues, so he'll be joining us as soon as he can. But for the time being, y'all get to hear me, Moy. So, uh, gotta love the ad breaks. But guys, welcome on in once again. So tonight we are live with you here from the Phoenix Raceway. These guys will be taking on a unique 1 mile track. This is going to be an amazing show for you. We have, I believe, 18 drivers lined up. Let me double check on this. Looks like we got 16 in the Discord right now. So probably we have right now 19 on the grid that's supposed to be racing. So we'll see how these line up here in the next few minutes or so. But tonight is, again, Phoenix Raceway with the NASCAR Xfinity Series. This is the 4th race of the season. We have seen nothing but the suspect show all season long. However, in qualifying, there was a shock. There was a shock turn of events. Suspect was not the fastest driver. Oh my God. He was not. I'm telling you. He was second fastest. Yeah, not much impressive. But he was second fastest. But that black, he was the fastest of all drivers. He was supposed to race last week, and he had to drop out due to personal issues. He is in the field tonight. He will be racing tonight. So that way, he will be on the pole. So it's going to be an amazing show, guys. We can't wait to have y'all. We're hoping to get things going here soon enough. If y'all want to, drop those likes, drop those follows right now. Hit a follow, hit a like. I don't care where you're watching from. YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch right here. I see the guys already at Twitch starting to come up and about. Check it out. Hit that like button. Hit that follow. Give us a follow. Give us a sub. I don't care what it is. Just give us something. Give us the love. We love it. But tonight is going to be an awesome show because I think Suspect will not dominate. I've said that for three weeks now, and he dominated one race. He dominated Auto Club, and he was not the best in the field at last week at Las Vegas. However, he did play strategy correctly, came back at the very end, and won in the later stages. So it's going to be an interesting show between, I believe, that black and Suspect, to say the least. I know a couple guys have gotten better. We are without a couple drivers tonight. We are without SP, and we are without Hack. Hack and SP will not be racing with us tonight due to whatever their issues may be. So that is 2 drivers lower than we normally have, but I wish both those drivers farewell or whatever their misfortunes may be this evening, that they cannot make the race. I know SP is not feeling well, so all wishes to him. I hope that he's watching the stream at least and cheering on his fellow competitors. And Hack as well. I hope that he's able to at least tune in to whatever his issue may be. So let's go over the lineup here right now as they are starting to get stuff underway for pre-race ceremonies over in the Discord. This is going to be the tentative lineup as of right now. Again, it could change. I know one driver we're waiting to see if he will actually show up or not, and that is Ducky. So right now, starting from the 18th position is B-Ball. He was our only driver who did not qualify, so he'll be starting from the rear of the field. Starting in the 17th position, we have WP Tater Tot, 14, in the number 93 car. Sorry, and B-Ball is in the 16 car. And then Tater Tot in the 93. Starting 16th in the number 8 Chevrolet is Red Hawk. Starting 15th in the number 4 Ford is R. Denny. Starting 14th in the 07 Chevrolet is CCDN Morton, otherwise known as HD. Y'all probably hear us refer to him as HD. Starting 13th in the number 20 Toyota is King Loadbroke, otherwise known as Loadbroke. Starting 12th in the number 99 Chevrolet is UTLR SR One Bad, otherwise known as One Bad. Starting 11th in the number 54 Toyota, that is Drake. Starting 10th in the number 10 Chevrolet is Ham Wallet, otherwise known as we like to call him Wormy. He's been known as Wormy for the longest time. It's easier to call him Wormy than it is Ham Wallet. Sorry if you're watching this, Wormy, but hams and wallets do not go together. So, see what I did there. Starting 9th in the 08 Chevrolet is Here Comes Mr. J, otherwise known as Mr. J, because we will not be calling him anything else except for Mr. J. Starting 8th in the number 98 Ford, y'all know him pretty well, is NFS Demon 9, otherwise known as Demon. Starting 7th in the number 22 Chevrolet, it is Mr. Flash Champ himself. We'll be calling him Flash. Starting 6th in the number 38 Chevrolet, usually this is Deport Eddie that drives this car, in the number 38 car. He usually drives the 38, but tonight he is having to be out, so he has got himself a sub. So subbing for him in his place will be UTLR Kenny. Kenny will be starting from the 6th position in the number 38 Chevrolet. Starting 5th is the number 7 of Ducky, or Bad News Ducky. Starting 4th in the number 68 Chevrolet is Dusty Stud. Starting 3rd in the number 1 Chevrolet is LRS. Starting on the front row, your front row for tonight's race is the number 19 car of Suspect Camo. And then the number 1 position in the number 36 Chevrolet, his second pole officially for the season, but first one that he actually gets to race from, that black 96. I don't know what we'll refer to him as, because I don't want to get pulled for well, y'all could probably guess. I'm not even going to say it. But that black 96, it's kind of hard to say that black. And I don't want to sound in a derogatory tone if we call him something else. So, TB, I like it. Yeah, we'll go with that. I like it. So, TB is what we'll call it, because we're trying to commentate. We're not going to say that black, that black, that black. Try saying that 20 times. So TB to the front. I like it. So that is the lineup for right now. We got Ducky hopping in, so he will be racing with us tonight. I just got confirmation. And that's why everything right here, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to me being the owner. You're looking at the owner right here. This is nothing but Under the Lights Racing right here. I wish I had a company phone. I should. If anybody out there wants to buy me a company phone for UTLR strictly, that'd be amazing. I've got so much clutter on here, it's unreal. And it sounds like Ducky may not be racing tonight. We'll keep you updated on that one. Before we go green tonight, I do want to take a moment of silence in remembrance of a driver that we lost in the community this week, or actually this morning. He's been on his final days for a couple days now, but a legendary broadcaster, and I think me and some Wyoming guy can probably relate, because we're going to kind of take like him. But we lost Ken Squire, a veteran, a legend in the broadcast booth in NASCAR. Such an amazing guy, and so many accomplishments made in his 88 years that he was with us. So if y'all don't mind, let's take a moment of silence to remember Ken Squire. And welcome back, guys. Thank y'all for the moment of silence in honor of Ken Squire and our pre-race ceremonies. Thank you to the bands. So the guys had to restart the lobby. We actually got the invite during the American National Anthem, and thankfully we were able to continue on, did not have to interrupt pre-race ceremonies in order to join the race. So we had issues with lag off the start, so they have to restart the lobby. So it's going to be just a couple minutes before we get going. So thank y'all for sticking with us. Again, while I've got y'all here, do not forget y'all can go on to, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms, on Facebook, Facebook at UTR Live, Facebook on Under the Lights Racing, Twitter at UTR 2020. You can also find us on Instagram at Under the Lights Racing. Up at the top, that is incorrect. We just recently changed it to Under the Lights Racing. So find us there on Instagram. And then also here on Twitch, obviously, UTR_live. You can also find us on a brand new platform. If y'all young hippers out there love some TikTok. Yeah, that's right. You heard me right here. TikTok, where am I at? TikTok, where's that clock? You can go find us at UTR 2020 or at Under the Lights Racing, whichever one you want to pull up. It will pull up our TikTok channel where you have videos of just random stuff from practice sessions that have taken place to in-race events that have subsided, or interesting pre-race situations, funny videos left and right. You can go find them. We take all of our greatest moments and we try to stick them into our TikTok channel. So that is new and growing. So please go follow us there, because one day we want to be able to give y'all this live broadcast on TikTok. You heard me right. That is our goal. So we have to get to like 1,000 likes or follows or followers. So please go follow us on TikTok. That'd be great. Thank you very much. These guys are working on getting all right. Having to take care of ownership stuff. Having issues with the lobby. So like I said, it is going to be a few minutes. We're having connection issues for a lot of drivers, supposedly. So yeah, it's going to be a great night. Phoenix Raceway, a mile track. Pull up some stats. Maybe, baby. Again, I do have a co-commentator, or actually the lead commentator, some Wyoming guy. He is in the chats right now, and he will be joining us as soon as can be. He's currently dealing with headset issues because his headset decided to take a crap at race time because he doesn't want to check it beforehand. Because he's not smart enough. I love you, Ian. No homo. I'll try and pull stats up. So yeah, Phoenix Raceway is a 1 mile low banked tri-oval. It's been configured to only one other time. The start and finish line used to be on what is now the backstretch. It used to be dead center on the straightaway portion of the track, and is no longer. It is now going through a turn, which we will not have a track map with us tonight. My apologies, but there is the start and finish line, which is in the center, or coming out of turn 4. You have a small straightaway, and that's where the start and finish line is, coming off of turn 4. And then you have a dog leg right after the start and finish line that leads you into a straightaway into turn 1 and 2 that is low banked. And then you come onto the back stretch, which was once to be known the front stretch. And then you have turn 3 and 4. Where the start and finish line used to be on what is now the backstretch, like I said previously. and pit road started coming off of, at the time, was turn 4. But now, the start and finish line, where it is now, we now have the longest pit road in this race. Pit road starts on the exit of turn 2, goes down the entire back straightaway, and then goes all the way through turns 3 and 4, and you exit off of turn 4. So you have the entire backstretch is where they will pit. You will not see these guys pit on the front stretch. That is a uniqueness of Phoenix. They pit on the backstretch and in turns 3 and 4. They do not pit on the front stretch. Phoenix Raceway is home to 2 annual NASCAR race weekends, one of the 13 facilities on NASCAR's schedule to host more than one race weekend a year. It first joined the NASCAR Cup Series schedule in 1988 as a late season event and was given a spring date in 2005. The track has hosted races for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series since its inaugural 1995 season and the NASCAR Xfinity Series since 1999. NASCAR Championship Weekend for the top 3 series has been held at Phoenix since 2020, the first year since NASCAR inaugurated the weekend that Homestead Miami Speedway did not host. The track will hold the championship races through at least next year. So 2025 could be up in the air as far as wanting to go to a different track, which I've been hearing is the majority vote, is that people want to go to a different track for the championship race. So we'll see what happens after 2024, but we will see the championship race next year at Phoenix once again, and it'll be the 4th season that it has hosted that race. And supposedly we did not get an invite because they're going green. Okay, maybe they're gonna pace around. They got in a little late, so they are gonna hold off on the start. Thank God, so that way we can get loaded in. So 18 drivers on the field tonight. Ducky is not racing, so we'll have 18 drivers. I was about to blow up on them, so forgive me. I did not mean that. Thank you to Suspect Camo for the onboard point of view this evening. He'll be our lap counter, and we'll follow along with him throughout this evening's race. We may not get loaded in right as they take the green flag because they are coming into turn 3 right now. It's going to be right on the money. Right on the money, boys. Here we go. So coming to the line. Green flag is out. And we are live from Phoenix Raceway. Man, perfect timing. That was awesome. I love that. So the suspect out trying to pull ahead here in the early parts. By the way, this race is on high draft and is ×3 wear. ×3 wear and high draft for this race. So that's going to be a interesting race. So as we see, suspect pulling out into an early lead. But Black is able to hang on coming off of turn number 2. Like I said, that straightaway, they are on the backstretch right there going into turn 3. And you'll see this dog leg. Now, they can go below that yellow line. That is not a double yellow line, so they can cut the track right there. That black is giving him a run for his money. Still side by side. So we have 17 laps to go, 16 laps to go in the stage 1 this time by. Still side by side, Suspect and TB. Suspect able to look ahead, but that bottom lane prevails. Suspect really high off of turn 4 there. That black is going to give a huge run. Here comes the number 1 of LRS right behind him. TB goes high, pushes Suspect high. And here comes the number 1 with a huge run. Reminder, it is high draft, so we will be seeing a lot of drafting going on and a lot of good runs. So you see LRS in that 3rd position. Right behind him, I believe. So 4th place is Dusty. So it is TB, Suspect, LRS, Dusty, and looks like Demon in 5th, and 6th is Flash. They're still all 6 drivers underneath somewhat of a blanket. Shout out to our sponsor, Xbox One Esports Racing Community. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Anybody from the community watching, thank y'all for supporting UTLR, and thank y'all for everything that y'all do as a supporter. This league could not have happened without y'all and the supporters and the fan base that it has. Thank you to the drivers as well that are competing here tonight and competes in the league and other series, it be the Trucks or the Cup Series. Cup Series had a great showing last night at Texas Motor Speedway. The Trucks had a week off. The Trucks will return next week to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for their throwback race. But right now, we've got action on track as LRS is now closing in on TB. Suspect able to pull away just by the slightest over TB right now. Let me take you through the back of the pack. Got Red Hawk back there in the number 8. Kind of get y'all used to some of these cars. There is your sub, Kenny, in the number 38 car. Mr. Internet Problems. He did get a new router today, so looks like he might still be having internet issues and some lag issues, most definitely. He supposedly got a new router. I don't know if he had time to actually hook it up or not, so I don't know if he's run on his old internet or his new one, but if that's a new one, I would be concerned. He just spent a lot of money and for it to be doing this, I'm really concerned. That's probably why he is in the back. He likes to lay off. He's been laying off to the drivers, letting them have the race. Yeah, that's definitely him. Back up to the back of the front of the pack. Got Drake in the 94 there. There's Tater Tot in the number 93. HD in the 07. Denny in the 4. There's Flash in the 22. Y'all know that one. TB in the 36. Like I said, this is his debut. He's been trying to race with us, and nothing's worked out. And finally, he is able to get into the car. He's on a full-time schedule, but he's just not been able to have last-minute things come up over the last 3 weeks. So he is finally able to make his debut in week number 4. So can't wait to see what he does this evening and see how he competes. There's Lowbroke in the number 20. Y'all know him. There's Demon. There's Mr. Ham Wallet Wormy in the number 10 car. There's a UTLR Wombat in the number 99. In that. Okay, buddy, look, we're going to have to talk. We're going to have to talk, buddy. Napa does not go, and Ally does not belong on a Toyota. Get those sponsors off of a freaking Yoda. I should have you suspended for putting Chevrolet sponsors on a Supra. Wow. Okay. Anyways, he's in that number 99 car. And we're back to the front where a battle between Dusty and Demon for that 4th spot. And we have a battle for the lead. If we can get there. Black now trying to make his way back up to Suspect. All right, so they have 4 laps to go. This time by will be 4 to go in stage number 1. And these tires are no joke. Suspect's right rear is already down to the mid-20s. His right front is in the 40s, dropping into the 30s. They're only 2 laps to the good on fuel, so they're good there. But these tires are going to be the tricky question. The tires are going to be the name of the game. Still side by side. Who's going to get the stage 1? Suspect has been under pressure this entire race. He's not used to that. Boys and girls, he is not used to the pressure. But that black is there, and LRS is even right there. Suspect clears him off of 2. All these tires are going to hold up. It's going to be close. We got 2 to go. Or sorry, this is the... We're coming to the white flag. That is Kenny right there, and Kenny is lagging. This is going to be the white flag to end stage number 1. Alright, last lap for stage number 1. That black and Suspect. Who's going to get it? TB out front. Can TB has the advantage going into the corner right here. Suspect drives in hard. Here comes TB. TB clears him off of turn 2. What does he do down here in 3 and 4? Off of turn number 4. It is going to TB for the stage win this evening here in stage number 1. TB rounds off a debut with a stage win, with Suspect in 2nd, 3rd LRS, 4th is Dusty, 5th is Demon. So good top 5 for those drivers. Rounding out the top 10 is Flash in 6th, One Bad 7th, 8th is Drake, 9th Lowbroke, and 10th is HD. So great top 10 for these drivers. And great racing. Suspect actually having to use competition. So to get ready for stage number 2 here, it's been a great race so far. Very good racing by TB and Suspect. And LRS. LRS holding right there. I mean, he's not letting Suspect get away. As we get ready for the green flag, we're back underway here in Phoenix. Look at the cluster back behind him. TB out to an early lead. LRS trying to pounce on Suspect. Demon right there. They're 3 wide down the backstretch. And they're going to single file it out 2 wide. These drivers looking really, really tight right now. It's really good racing. Really trying to make this pack racing happen. You see some drivers actually not dipping below the yellow line. And you may or may not see that. I mean, it is perfectly legal to go below. Perfectly legal. Ooh, contact between TB and Suspect off 2. So TB got into the wall there. Suspect able to drive off of turn number 4. He will retake the lead. And LRS is right there on the back bumper of TB. And here comes TB with the crossover. TB looking for the crossover move right here and going into turn 2. He drives up the track. Really good racing by TB right now. He's not letting Suspect get away, and neither is LRS in that number 1 Chevrolet. This time by will be 15 laps to go in stage number 2. Short stages. 15 laps to go here in stage number 2 here in Phoenix. Suspect out to probably the biggest lead of the race so far. Be sure to drop a comment if y'all want to. We see y'all out on Twitch. Tune in, enjoy it. This is a great race so far. I'll have my co-commentator back here soon, or sorry, lead commentator back as soon as possible, hopefully, after some headset issues. But good races so far by these drivers. TB not letting Suspect get away, really. He is holding within reach. But honestly, this is the biggest lead of the night. As now TB is under pressure from LRS in that 1 car, all over the back bumper of that 36. No, Outlaw, there is no Go 19 car. Don't be cheering on the 19. He has enough fans. He don't need any more. We don't need no 19 fans out there. That's the last thing we want to see. He has been unstoppable this season. Came off with about 8 to go. Looks like we almost had a wreck back there. Good battle back here. But Suspect had a good car out in Daytona to open the season. Got a push from One Bad, and that was the only reason why he won that race. He got a great push from One Bad and pushed him to victory. And then Auto Club, he went out there and dominated. Pure domination. Like, nobody could touch him. Nothing. It was pure domination by the 19 car. Then last week at Las Vegas, he actually did not have the fastest car. He showed some speed, and he did lead some laps, but he was not the fastest car on track. See his battle ongoing back here in this mid-pack. But, yeah, Suspect was not the fastest car. He had speed, but it was dusty. And a few other Demon was up front a few times. It was good racing by the guys. Really good racing at Vegas. And late caution, and Suspect came off and won that race at the very end. But it was not out domination. It was strategy. And even in the interviews after the race, he said that if the caution had not come out, he don't know if he would have won the race or not. So that is a recap of where we've been at to where we are now. So LRS right now in that 3rd position. Single filed out right now across top 5. Your top 5 is Suspect in the lead with TB in 2nd. LRS 3rd. Dusty 4th. And that is Flash in the 5th spot right now. So they'll be with 7 to go this time by. We're going to take a quick 30-second commercial break, and we'll be right back with side-by-side action. You're not going to miss a beat right here at UTLR.
Home internet, what a pain in the... Hey, neighbor!
Try T-Mobile, it sets up so fast.
It's like Wi-Fi that runs on 5G. Home internet from T-Mobile? Wait till you see. Tell me more, tell me more.
One cord's all that you need.
Tell me more, tell me more. With Tuck and Can't believe it, it's just $50. Why pay more?
Paying more sucks. T-Mobile home internet seems too good to be true.
But that's what T-Mobile can do. Tell me more, tell me more.
Thank you, T-Mobile, for your cooperation with Under the Lights Racing. With 5 to go, coming around to 4 to go this time by here in the NASCAR UTLR Xfinity Series, brought to you by the Xbox One Esports Racing Community, covering leagues racing for championships. Right now, Suspect is your leader with 4 to go in stage number 2. See his little battle back here with HD, Drake, One Bad. Top 5 still remains the same, unchanged, with Suspect out front, TB in second, right here on board TB. Third, LRS. Fourth being Dusty Stud, and fifth being Flash. We see the end of stage number 1, or stage 2, coming to a close here with 3 to go. Really nobody able to close the gap right now among the top 5. Everybody's kind of spaced out at this point. They've noticed how the tires are. They notice how low the tires are getting. And they don't want to chance it. They're trying not to wreck each other. Looks like Kenny has lagged out. We're on the last lap of stage number 2 here. Stage 1 was the Suspect and That Black show. Really good showing by these two drivers. But stage 2 has been all Suspect out in front for the most part as they come across. This time by, it will be stage number 2 goes to Suspect Camo. Good stage win by Suspect there. TB in second, LRS third. Fourth was Dusty Stud. And fifth is Flash. Like I said, nothing changed there among the top 5. And then rounding out the top 10 in 6th was Demon. 7th, Low Broke. 8th, One Bad. 9th, HD, Morton. And then 10th was Drake. So way to go by those 10 drivers to get stage points. What is up, my man? That is better, yes. Alright, just in time for stage number 3. Alright, these drivers are getting lined back up. Ready for stage number 3 here. It's been Suspect and TB all race long. Those two make it the front row. We are back to green here in Phoenix for stage number 3. And they will have 24 laps in their tank with 53 laps remaining in this race. TB and Suspect side by side once again. LRS has been a contributing factor in the short run, but in the longer run, I will say TB has had some decent speed for Suspect if he can outrun him in the early parts, and then it's been a defending game if he can be out front. But if he's not in front, then it is for sure a challenge for TB to get to Suspect. Everybody out there in chat, thank you for tuning in to this wonderful race here in the UTLR Xfinity Series here live from the Phoenix Raceway, sponsored by the Xbox One Esports Racing Community. Drop a follow. Follow us, sub us, or just enjoy the race. Make a comment if you want. We'll be checking in the comments all race long, talking with y'all, and making sure y'all's voices are heard in the chats. So thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your evening with us here at Under the Lights Racing.
It has been an absolutely fantastic race so far.
Indeed, it has. It's been a great show so far this race. Really kind of a single file so far for the most part. These drivers were battling the first stage, and it was because they're trying to figure out that tire wear. Like I mentioned, it's times 3, high draft, so they're trying to get a feel of the cars. And now they got a feel for them. They kind of single filed out and just not really pushing any issues.
Be interesting to see, as this is one of the longer stages of the season. 53 laps was the initial count as they went green for the stage, and I'm not quite sure who we have on board for a race cam here, just helping us count down the laps. I want to say we're right at about 46, maybe 47 to go here at Phoenix. Just kind of going through the field again. Your top 5 still remains unchanged here. Suspect, that black, Dusty Stud, followed by Flash and LRS. It looks like Demon has gone ahead and taking 6th solely for himself. As I'm going to go ahead go back to the front here, as it looks like that black has now gotten out an advantage here on Suspect Camo. Can he make it stick? It doesn't look like it this time, but he is forcing Camo down the track just a little bit, so able to get a little bit of that cleaner air, use that little bit of side draft, takes turn 3 way high, and now Suspect starting to run away once again. So definitely a lot closer racing up front than we've seen these last couple of races, and just like that, slingshots all the way to the front.
Wow, what a pass by that black, taking that apron and cutting it. Perfectly worked out for him. It's coming around for 44 to go this time. Now Suspect having to battle with Dusty for the second position, and that is all TV wants to see right now, is those two battling it out.
A little bit late for a Halloween themed car, but it could prove to be nightmares for Suspect, trying to go 4 for 4 so far to open our Xfinity series. Just kind of, once again, just diving through the field here. It does look as though Demon has run away with 6th place there. Just kind of going back through the field, looks like Lodbrokes hold on to 9th, and it looks like we got a little bit of topsy-turviness going on towards the back markers of the field here. Again, Demon's got about a good second and a half gap between himself and the 7th place car, and about 2 seconds from him to catch that top 5.
Yeah, they are sure battling back towards the back. You got Red Hawk in the 8 and 54 of Drake doing some battles. Looks like Kenny had an early exit for lag, most likely, if I take a wild guess. But some battles back there towards the back. You even got Lowbroke, one bad. And looks like somebody else I do not know is back there battling. So good little battles throughout the field, especially even Denny and Ham Wallet doing battle. But right now is all TB right now out in front.
Mr. J bringing back the Air Force car here as we are officially past Veterans Day here. But all it's nice to see is it looks like Ham Wallet's actually just pile drove the wall trying to get into pit lane. I don't know if he was trying to get out of it or what. He just slammed into the barrels.
That's a no bueno. You gotta watch your entry into turn 2, because it is tricky to get on the pit road because of how the entrance is lined up. These cars can go down below that yellow line, but where that white line comes in that you saw as we're on board Lowbrook, you see that white line that kind of fades down. Sometimes you get too low and you do get caught up into the pit lane.
as it looks like Ardeni has now cleared a little space between himself and Tater Tot, bringing up the rear here. But going back to the front, LRS has made the pass clean on Flash, and that is for 4th. So now LRS trying to slowly bring in Dusty Stud, but as it stands still, so far, TB has taken that lead and is slowly trying to pull away from Suspect Camo.
Yeah, Suspect is actually trying to, it looks like probably reel him back in just a little bit, as we're down to 39 to go. But it looks like the TB is taking a little bit of a higher approach in 1 and 2, which I don't think would be the best option, because I see that's where Suspect gets the run on him, is by taking that higher lane and Suspect taking the lower option in 1 and 2, and then you see him flip-flop it in 3 and 4.
Yeah, we'll have to see as they come around this time. Definitely diving a much lower here. This time was TB, a Suspect tries to run more that middle line, and doesn't really seem like he's gaining much. I mean, he's getting close as they come into 2, but TB able to slowly break away a little bit coming out of 3, as long as he can keep it off the wall.
Yeah,
Here we see
side by
Suspect now
side.
diving. Yep. I was just gonna say, Suspect trying to look down to the inside, not able to make the pass there, but definitely looks like he may be able to soon as we
we are
have
under
an
caution.
in-race caution. Yeah, not quite sure who is the benefactor of that. We do see a couple of cars kind of trailing here at the end. Could have very well been Hamwell and Tater Tot. Not quite sure what happened there, but as we're getting everybody bunched up once again. So a little bit of a break there, a little bit of a reprieve for TB as he's going to be able to hang on to that first position here as we're going to come into the pit cycles. And I believe with the way the pit cycles are, Alex, I do believe that they are going to need at least one more stop to make it to the end.
Yeah, if you pit right here, it's pretty much a desperation moment for these drivers, as drivers are starting to get down to mid-20s and mid-30s on the right sides. They're still good for about another 5 to 7 laps of fuel, but this was exactly what the drivers were looking for on as far as the tires are concerned, because they are wearing pretty bad and quickly here in Phoenix. But they're definitely going to need at least one more stop, maybe 2, depending on how the tires last, because like I said, this is the longest run, so depending on how they last, you may need a second stop depending on the tires. Some guys might be pushing it or later on, but the transition, it's really weird. The transition here at Phoenix, whenever you go down onto that apron, that banking shift does wear your tires out even more. So yes, that's where everybody goes, but you're taking the risk of having to drop tire wear, because every time you go down and you shift the car onto that banking, you're affecting the tires of the car and you're affecting the performance of it because it gets it out of shape. So even going down so low on the apron in 1 and 2 is even going to be messing with tires. So you really got to count your balances as far as how you want to manage your tires throughout this race.
It'll be interesting to see how these guys do manage their tires here, as again, we're just going to be just under 40 laps to go. So they're coming around. It's still weird trying to watch it from a stream where you see drivers plowing through other cars just to get to their pit stall. So that's always been a weird one for me. But TB's going to come out first, Suspect second. No change in the top 6. From the looks of what I am seeing here, is TB's going to hang on, comes out of the pits in first. It's Suspect. Then it's Dusty Stud third, LRS fourth, Flash fifth, Demon sixth, and I do believe that is Lodberg sitting there chilling in seventh. Not the traditional number 20 machine that we normally see out there, but definitely a fan of the look there. Then just kind of going back through the field here, looks like the 07 is going to be tailing along. That's going to be in 8th, and then we have One Bad in 9th, and Drake rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, I will say, I was commenting about One Bad Scheme earlier. Shame on him for running a Napa scheme on a Supra. That does not belong on a Supra, but he actually
whatever pays the bills.
He makes it work. So I guess the sponsors said, you know what, just for this one race, we'll give you Napa. As I see the choose cone right here, and this could be a very interesting caution and a good restart for these drivers, because this is the first caution of the night for cause. So we get to see these drivers come into their realm as far as how good are they on restarts. We've seen the restarts; they're just like that automated restart coming off of the stages, but now it's on their own. So how will Suspect take control, or will TB take the reins with him having the lead car start?
We'll have to see as we're starting to come through the line. Again, TB and now Dusty Stud are going to be leading the field back to green. Suspect in Flash row 2, LRS Demon row 3, Lodebro 1 Bad row 4, and Tater Tot and HD rounding out your 5th row as we are back to green flag racing here from Phoenix. Everybody makes it across the line clean before they dive down into that dog leg, and TB just absolutely pile drives it down there, trying to make sure that nobody is able to take that low line away from him, as now it looks like Dusty Stud now looking to the inside of Suspect here, not able to get it, so single file for your first 3 cars, and then 2 by 2 for about the next 3-4 rows going back.
Yeah, these drivers trying to get after it. I thought for a second it might be weird to see Suspect take the outside, but it was the best option for him to work, and I think that was what Dusty was looking for, because Dusty's been trying to jump LRS all night long, and I feel like taking the bottom was his only option to try to jump that extra spot on LRS.
Yes, we see LRS still fighting back there. He's hanging on to 4th. Flash barely hanging on to 5th, as he's got some company there with One Bad and Demon trying to see what that back bumper is truly made out of, because I can promise you when it gets back here to the garage for tech, it is not all going to be in one piece.
Oh, definitely not. These drivers are going to be, they've already beaten and banged a little bit, and the show's just now getting started, and we'll see things possibly heat up later on, depending on who you are and what kind of driver you are, because I know some that will race you, and this car will look like absolute junk by the time it's over with, and some will actually surprisingly be clean.
So again, kind of going through your top 5 here, is Demon still looking to take away 5th, now looking to potentially take away 4th from LRS. So your top 5, TB still running out front, Suspect Camo 2nd, Dusty Stud 3rd, LRS 4th, and now with that clean pass, Demon has moved his way up into the top 5.
Yeah, Demon's kind of been on the low line here this evening. He's been very subtle and very quiet throughout the evening. He's been running top 5, outside top 5, maybe 7th at worst, but he's been slowly creeping his way back up. We'll see if he has anything for the long run for these leaders as we get going throughout the rest of this race.
As we're starting to see now that we're a few laps into the run here, we're starting to see a potential 3-way split with the field. Your top 5 or 6 all split out wide, and then you've got about maybe 3/4 of a second to go back to 7th through 9th, and then you've got about a half second to get back to Drake and others for 10th and 11th and 12th respectively. So everybody's starting to fan out just a little bit here, but still, it's the TB show here down in the desert. As I stand corrected.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're side by side.
Yeah, he's just diving under that line there. I don't know if they officially gave Suspect the lead on that lap as they came across the start-finish line, but still, hanging on to the outside is that black 96, and it seems to be the line of preference here as he's able to get a little bit of a better run coming down the long chute there, coming through turn 3, and it looks like he's still going to be able to hang on to it, so TB making sure that Suspect actually has to run for his money here tonight.
Yeah, we're down to 26 to go, so this stage is halfway over, and this race is 3/4 of the way done this evening, and TB is not letting Suspect get away with this one that easy. He is putting up a fight in his debut.
Absolutely, and really it seems like this entire top 5 or even top 6, they're almost, I don't want to call it a cohesive, coup against Suspect to try to keep him out of victory lane, but it's definitely a lot closer here than we have seen at a couple of other tracks. Obviously, a lot of clean racing, still not quite sure what caused that one caution that we just came out of just a few laps ago, but it really has been this top 6 all night long.
Yeah, and honestly, and like you said, they're staying close, so I think if say Black is going and he ends up having an issue, and it causes Suspect to slip up, those 4 guys back behind him are right there ready to pounce. Like they're close enough to capitalize on any type of mistake that suspect may or may not make. So if they could even freight train a little bit using this high draft, and I think that's what's helping them out is staying in that high draft, staying in suspect's wake as we see him now go side by side once again, but not able to clean the pass. But it's gonna be interesting to see how suspect plays this one out.
Yeah, those front two slowly have broken away just a little bit as LRS that time around did try to look to the inside of Dusty third was something to capitalize. He's fallen back about a car length, and Demon is sitting there ready to pounce himself.
Yeah, right now I'm just been very surprised by the performance of TB. There's a lot of talk going into this race, knowing that the suspect was going to be obviously the guy to beat, with him winning the first 3 races. But TB, we have no prior experience of him being on track except in a couple practices, and that was not even that much. So he has yet to get to show his talents here in this league. So with no previous history, gets behind a wheel and he's like, I can compete against a suspect. That's not a problem. And he's like, and he came in with confidence, knowing that he could beat a suspect, and said, you know what, y'all think that he's good? Just wait till I get on track. And we're just like, okay, we'll believe it when we see it. Well, we're seeing it, and it's been a great performance out of that 36 car.
Yeah, that 36 is definitely doing his job here. As now suspect now diving to the inside of the 36 machine. TB still hanging on to the lead, but again, you can really let suspect have that inside line. It seems like about a groove, maybe a groove and a half higher is where TB is loving to run, and he's getting some fantastic runs coming out of two.
Suspect in the wall.
Yeah, as we see a little bit of a wall rub there, that's going to allow Dusty Stud to go ahead and close up that gap once again and bring it up 3rd through 6th to now be a 1st through 6th train, as it looks like 7th through 10th has all kind of joined together as well. So we got 2 essential mini packs going on right now, almost halfway splitting the field. But again, that black 96 and suspect your top 2, Dusty Stud 3rd, LRS 4th, Demon in 5th, and Flash hanging on back there in 6th.
Yeah, and we got about 8 laps left on fuel, and those right rears are burning on these drivers. They're down into the 20s right now with 18 laps remaining. So for sure, one more pit stop is going to be the name of the game. But who takes it, and when do they take it?
Yeah, I would not be surprised as soon as we start seeing the first car to go under 20% on that right rear. We may very well see cars spinning, and it could end up saving everybody here, as I believe One Bad pitted, because I definitely would have seen him coming up through the field, and he did go ahead and pit early, so he is just blending back in. He's currently a lap down.
And that's probably just the best option. Trying to maybe see if there's a possibility of flipping the strategy, which is a good call. If you're towards the back, you might as well pit early, because if you're towards the back, there's no point of waiting until the leaders pit. Go ahead, get what you need, and hope for the best.
As now coming back to 3rd, we see LRS diving down to the inside of Dusty Stud, able to try to make it stick as they're coming out of turn 2. LRS is still down to the inside.
Yeah, what a battle between those two. Dusty putting on a good performance after coming off and almost had his rookie debut start off with a win. As you see, One Bad scooting on by with those brand new tires. So you'll be seeing him mosey his way. He'll probably end up getting past Black here momentarily. As Black to pit. Our leader coming down pit road again.
Yeah, our leader gonna go ahead dive it early, so you have to think a few of these cars, they've tried to map this out to where they only need to go one more time, as Demon has gone ahead and followed suit. So as it stands right now, Suspect is currently your leader, but I would expect to see him coming into the pits here very, very shortly, as he's going to go ahead take that quick dive down out of turn 2, as long as he's not speeding, which it looks like he is not. And it looks like the rest of the leaders are going to come as well. So the pit cycles have officially come through here. So now it feels like we need to go ahead, join back up with that Black, still waiting in his pit stall right now. looks like they're finishing up services as we speak. Everybody else on track now getting all their laps back. As the flag is now coming out of pit road here, as is Demon. And they're going to get out right as the main lead pack is pulling in.
Yeah,
and we're going to stay live here with that black. It looks like he's got a little bit of a gap back to Demon. We'll have to see what the pit strategy is for Suspect Camo and the rest of that top 6 group here.
Well, Ian, I've gotten word from our very own Suspect while in the pits. He's taking a brief second, pulling out that phone and giving us the update. He took 2 tires on that stop. And y'all saw how long Black was on pit road, so Suspect will probably come out as leader, but Black with 4 tires versus Suspect's 2 tires.
Yeah, as I'm trying to get back around to Suspect, as he's now coming across the stripe here, as there you see the 36 machine just now getting out to the start-finish line. So he's got about half a track advantage here, but will the tire wear matter here in the long run?
Well,
I think that's going to be the story to watch.
Well, as we come around, Tater's still your leader right now, but he is in the pits. He's coming out. But Suspect will take the lead over. 11 laps to go right now. And TB is at 5 seconds and closing. He was only a lap ago, he was at 5.8. And now within just 1 lap, he's down to 5 seconds coming to the line. So he is closing the gap.
Yep, as there we just see Suspect coming across the stripe on my side. Alex, what do you have as a reading?
Yep, 10 to go right now. So this time I'll be at 9 with a 4.5 second lead over TB.
So it looks like slowly TB is eating into this lead, so we should potentially expect TB to be on Suspect's back bumper here within the next couple laps, as from my view, he has definitely entered the chat here as far as closing the gap just a little bit. Suspect still trying to make sure that those 2 tires work. It may have been a gamble, and it very, very well pay off here with the way that TB's been running him in Stage 3. He had to do something different to give himself a little bit of breathing room, but does TB have enough to close the gap and get back to his back bumper?
We're staying on board with TB right now on stream because that is the one to watch. Dusty Stud is almost 7 seconds back from Suspect and another 3 back from TB. But TB right now 4 seconds back, coming this time by.
As it looks as though once TB does get around the slower car there, coming around 3, it's going to be wide open track, and it looks like that is Red Hawk there. And I don't know, for a second it actually looked like Suspect was slowing up coming through the dogleg there. Don't think that was really intentional there. I think he may just be trying to save those tires just a little bit. Suspect still has about a 3.5 second lead as it stands right now, but TB, I'm not quite sure if he's going to get there. It's going to be very interesting to see how this shakes out here with, what, about 6 laps to go?
Yes, this time by out of turn 4, Suspect is taking it, and it's now 6 to go, so 5 to go this time by, and it's holding steady right at about 4 seconds.
Alright. So maybe the 2-tire tango.
Suspect's left sides are at 25 on the right front, or left front, and 21 on the left rear.
Yeah, so here in a moment, he's going to have to start babying those tires one way or another here. So we're still riding along with him.
Yeah, he's
here at the front with 5 laps to go. Coming up on slower traffic, and TB is coming in. I just don't know if he's going to have enough time.
Yeah, he's closing it. We can now see both of them on the same picture. If you look on TB's view that we're right on board with, you can see Suspect out in front. But will it be enough?
As he gets around the 2 lap cars coming out of 2 and 3, so that's going to be a little bit even more space for TB to go ahead and have to try to make up here. Not quite sure if he's going to have enough to get there. 3 to go this time by. Suspect potentially trying to do what not many drivers have been able to do at any level, and that's when back to back to back to back races at any level.
And now you got this lap traffic in the way of TB right now. They're racing side by side. Suspect is saving those tires. He's down to 13% on the left rear, now down to 12. I think those tires will hold up.
Yep, as we've got 2 to go this time, yes?
Yes, sir. 2 to go this time, indeed.
Yeah, he's conserving because if that tire blows, coming out of 2 and 3, TB will pounce on him. Not quite sure where his tire pressures are at, but TB has made it through the lap traffic here. Suspect coming around. He's got to make it around one more time here at Phoenix. White flag in the air.
Yeah, white flag indeed. We got one bad around on the turn 3 and 4, but it's been a wild battle all night long for this number 19 car. But he took the gamble, and that gamble has worked out. He's down to 7% on his left rear, but it's going to be enough. Coming out of turn 4, Suspect will go 4 in a row here in Under the Lights Racing Xfinity Series this evening.
As it looks like that tire may have blown there at the very end. TB's bringing it home in second, as we're going to come back to the start-finish line here, just to make sure that we've got everybody coming across the stripe.
Dusty ended up 3rd. LRS will be 4th. Flash in the 5th position. 6th was Demon. 7th, Drake. 8th, Lowbroke. 9th, HD. And then 10th was, here comes Mr. J.
A solid race throughout, and a 2-tire change was all he needed, and a heck of a ability run there for the 19, because I know not a whole lot of drivers could save it just like that and maintain his ability to keep it straight there. So we'll have to go ahead and chat with the top 3 drivers, and Alex, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and let you do that, because in honor of Dylan and Cole Sprouse finally getting to their reservation at that restaurant in Italy, my dinner has officially arrived.
Yes, y'all, childhood's come to life tonight. You got Suspect in the win in the victory lane, and then yes, Zach and Cody get to finally eat after 15 years of waiting in line. Gotta love it. I love how history happens.
Right? Which wait do you think was longer or better? Earnhardt waiting 20 for the 500, or Dylan and Cole having to wait 15 to get their pizza?
Yeah, I think Dylan and Cole on the 15.
Yeah, that's a long time, and heck, you had to be in the mood for Italian tonight, and there's a lot of different things that had to happen. So,
yeah,
but again, a heck of a run. Yeah, definitely so. But once again, a heck of a run from our top 3. Suspect coming home once again with your winner here, bringing it home second in his debut race here with UTLR in the Xfinity Series is that Black 96, and coming home 3rd is Dusty Dud. So we're going to go ahead and get these guys into the booth here in just a couple of minutes, and then from there we'll go ahead and let Alex have fun and talk to our top 3 drivers, but we'll be right back here on UTLR Live.
Alright guys, welcome on back to UTLR Live Studios, here live from the Phoenix Raceway. We are here with your top 3 finishers. Dusty Stud in the 3rd position, and we're going to start off with him. Dusty, How's it going tonight?
Good. Another top 5.
Man, you had a great car. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You put up some good fights here early on, and then even later in the run, I noticed how on that one only caution of the night for cause, you took the inside to try to get ahead of Luke. I don't know if that was exactly your plan, but that's the way we initiated up here in the booth after you were doing battle with him a lot and felt like that was your chance to jump on him and try to get the extra position. Talk us through your race. How did it go tonight?
Yeah, just lucky enough to stay out of the field, stay in the front, so I didn't have to deal with traffic or anything. But yeah, top 2 were obviously faster than everybody else, so I pretty much banked it on trying to get 3rd place, and it worked.
Yeah, and man, you were rock solid. I mean, I think if it had been for if Suspect and TB had been whoa, I guess your mic would start echoing again. But yeah, with the way that your car was running, I think you could have had a good chance if Suspect and TB had started battling again, but you were doing good towards the end there.
Yeah, oh well, I'll take it. Just keep staying consistent, try to sneak a win.
Well, and going into next week, I believe y'all are off next week for Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be kind of getting to enjoy the week off, and then y'all getting to go back. What's the schedule here? Y'all be going back to Texas Motor Speedway. So how you favor going into that race?
It's one of my better tracks. Obviously, I want to try to get a win, but I'm okay with a top 5 any night, pretty much.
Man, you did awesome tonight, and we couldn't be more proud of you. So congrats on the 3rd place finish.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, and we're going to move on to our 2nd place finisher, also in his debut tonight. TB, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Dusty, by the way, your mic is echoing. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So man, you did amazing. I mean, we were watching you almost the entire race, dude. That was a epic showing by that 36 team on your debut. How did you like, as far as just not even talking about the race yet, like just what was your experience like with your first race with UTLR?
It was probably the best league race I've ever raced in. Everybody was clean. Nobody was screaming and yelling. It was pretty calm the whole race. I like that a lot. Good racing.
I'm glad to hear for sure. And then going into the race, I mean, there was talk about you being good, and you and me talked a little bit beforehand about how you thought that you had something for Suspect and that you could get it done. And then you go out here and you do just that. I mean, you put on a great show for everybody, and you went out there and won the first stage. Then Suspect kind of pulled away in the second stage, and then you come off of stage number 3, and it came down to the last pit stop. Was there anything that you could have done differently on that last stop, or on that last run after the pit stop, in order to get up to camo?
Yeah, man, I don't think so. I was just fighting really, really tight at the beginning of the run, and then really loose at the end. Wore my tires out a lot because I'm on a controller, so it's a lot harder to manage tire wear. And that last run, I was just ungodly tight, and probably should have loosened a little bit, but I still don't think I would have got to him.
Well, you did a great job tonight, and couldn't be proud of you for this evening's race. And unfortunately for your sake, your first race, you go into an off week. So now, how do you feel about going into Texas after seeing what you saw this evening, having a week off, and then now you get to prepare for Texas in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I feel pretty decent about Texas. Probably not one of my favorite mile and a half, but got plenty of time to practice.
Oh yeah, plenty of time indeed, man. So, like a lot of drivers will say, and especially one driver in particular that's not in this party, but I'll say it for him. Nothing wrong with silver. Take silver and
Yeah.
celebrate it. So,
Yeah, I'll take
congrats,
it.
congrats on second place, man, and hope to see you back at Texas.
All right, man.
All right, and that takes us to our first place finisher. Man, I don't even know. Is there worth even interviewing at this point? Because it's the same thing every week. But man, nah. Suspect in victory lane once again for the fourth time in a row. And to kick it off, it's been nonstop. You, and you. Uh, how was the car tonight?
Uh, it felt perfect from what I could tell. Just it went exactly how I wanted it to. Got a little tight throughout the mid runs, but I adjusted correctly and got it down. And Black did not make that easy. I'm pretty sure y'all saw it off the start. We were side by side for 8 laps in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really fun. He put up a damn good fight through that entire race. I thought he was going to do the two tire at the end because I've run this track so many times in these cars, and I know the two tire works at 15 to go or less, and it just puts a huge gap and you can maintain it. But he made it hard to try to stay with him before that pit stop. I just couldn't get it down after I got the wall a few times. Yeah, we got a few rubber marks on the doors, so that was fun. Kept it clean. That was an amazing race.
Yeah, no, it was a great one. I mean, in the early going, whenever because you said you're good here, and but you had TV racing you very hard and force you to have a couple mistakes, like you said, you had a couple incidents with the wall, able to recover from very quickly, very easily. But early on, did you think that you might not win this race? Did you think that he may just outpace you? Or did you already know that you were going to have a predetermined plan towards the end, if everything worked out right, that you're going to be able to pull it off?
Uh, I won't say I was faster. I was just I don't want to sound cocky about it, but I was just a bit smarter with the line because I saw him taking the dog leg and launching up in turn one, so I knew he was killing a bit of a tire, and that's where I'd gain the most and how I'd stay with him because he would pull away in the beginning, yeah, through 3 and 4 all the way down into one, and then I would start catching there. So I was just trying to play in everything to try to get that and wait for his tires to go down so I could probably pass him again, but I wasn't able to get him in that third stage. Yeah, like I said, he made it very tough and he played it very well. I just feel like he might have killed his tires a little bit too early.
Well, and like you said, he wasn't able to make that two tire stop like you did at the end, which was a shock. We were wanting to see how it was going to play out, and then we saw you take the two tires. Um, did you have any concern as far as possibly having to blow a tire, or did you know that you're going to be able to save the tire right there towards the end? Because you had about 7% left coming to the line. Did you think that the car might start getting a little free and you might burn a little bit more than expected, or?
There was some concern. I was watching the wear like the last 5, trying to count it down, and realized it was gonna calm down. It could have made at least one more lap, so I knew that was good. Like I said, from the past, I've done that strategy before. A little different on 3 times, but I was fairly confident in it holding.
That's good, man. Well, from everybody at UTLR, we congratulate you on your win. The floor is yours if you want to shout out anybody or congratulate anybody. The floor is yours for that.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw Outlaw in the chat rooting for me. He's one of our suspect guys, so thank him for showing up, watching.
Awesome. Well, guys, y'all heard it right here. It's been a hell of a night. Suspect coming home your winner once again in the Xfinity Series. Who will stop him? Well, Thanksgiving gets to stop him for 1 week. And then we right back at Texas Motor Speedway. Y'all can catch all the action. Ian, are you still there?
Yeah. Yep, nope, I'm still here. I officially had my Italian dinner in honor of, you know, other things happening in the world. But yeah, no, I mean, it was a fun race for what I was able to catch. Again, I apologize for not being 100% here. Had a little bit of a hardware malfunction, but it seems like we've got everything fixed here on my side. But yeah, no, once again, Camo did what he needed to do. The two-tire strategy there at the end definitely paid off in the long run. He was able to save his tires there until the very end and take home his fourth straight win. So get Thanksgiving off, and then we head down to the mile and a half that's known as Texas. And who knows what will happen there? Because if it's anything like the trucks or what we just witnessed, well, not necessarily the trucks, but with what we just witnessed the other night with the Cup guys, Xfinity should be a fun show for sure.
Yeah, Xfinity is a low draft in 2 weeks, so that'll be a different strategy for them, having to tame a low draft mile and a half track. See how they can operate that. But yeah, next week's schedule looks like the following. The trucks and the Cup Series are racing next week, despite it being Thanksgiving. On Tuesday, you'll catch me and Ian right here, same time, same place, with the Truck Series at Las Vegas Motor Speedway to take on their throwback race here early on. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for those guys over in Las Vegas. And then the Cup Series will head to... Where are we going to, actually? Check the schedule.
Bristol Dirt.
Bristol, yeah, I keep on forgetting. Bristol Dirt Track is going to be an insane one for us, but we're going to have some fun on the dirt, and first time for us to try this out, so it's going to be interesting. But tune in on right here at UTR Live on Twitch as INF will rock the booth once again. And if you have not gone back, check out our broadcast from Wednesday nights. INF does such a great job, and we thank him so much for what he does to broadcast and even do some part-time racing with us. So thank you, INF, for everything that you do. If you're watching, if not, then hopefully you'll see this later on. But we thank you for everything that you do on Wednesday nights. But again, Bristol Dirt for the Cup Series. How will they tame the dirt? And then, like I said, Xfinity is off for next week as it is Thanksgiving Day. And then they will return to Texas the week after. So we thank y'all for watching. Ian, you got anything last quotes to say?
No, otherwise, everybody be safe with the holiday coming up next week. If you guys have to travel, just make sure that you guys plan accordingly. Don't do anything stupid over the holidays. And yeah, no, once again, appreciate everybody tuning in through UTLR Live, whether it's through the Facebook page or here through Twitch as well. Again, you can catch all the highlights here on Twitch, or you can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, wherever your social media fancies. But until next time, we will catch you guys on Tuesday for the throwback race with the trucks. But again, for Alex and myself, appreciate you guys tuning in to UTLR Live. We will see you guys on Tuesday. But until then, be safe, and we'll see you then. Good night.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in us. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt.